Blessed afternoon, collective. I am sick. Very much sick. And I want to pull a reading because I want to, because there is so much hurt that just has been flowing in and out, but really kind of slapped me just in the chest a couple of minutes ago. Just hurt. More of that kind of self-worth stuff, but it's really just hurt. It's just pain. And there's a distinct flavor of fear that something is going wrong or is going to go wrong. Just absolute terror over the unknown, but a desperate desire to take action as well. And all I have to say about that is take action, release the outcome. It's not about the outcome, it's about following the impulse. You will not be satisfied with yourself if you don't follow that impulse. So whatever happens, happens. What matters is that you follow the feeling. The way I have been practicing this, when I am about to do something that feels frightening to me, is focus on my hands and feet. Hands and feet, withdraw all of your energy within to yourself. Feel it in your body. Feel yourself contained. Focus on being, and then follow your heart. Hands and feet, follow your heart. That's it. That's what I repeat to myself. Nothing else matters. Nothing matters but the feeling and my following that feeling. And then the outcome truly is irrelevant. And I promise you, you will see and feel a difference in your way of being, in your demeanor, in your experience of the world. This is what I've been using to help me get out there more, to talk to people. That's not a thing I ever did. Ever. I was absolutely a recluse and an introvert and felt so socially awkward for such a long time, even talking to people, just having a conversation, much less asking for something like someone's social media or a phone number. Over the past year, I've done it 3 times. Over the past week, I've done it twice. And that feels good. Where did it go? Nowhere. Doesn't matter. That part is literally not relevant. All that mattered was I felt an impulse and I followed my heart. And I am truly satisfied with that. I promise you, it is not about the outcome. Let go of the outcome. Whatever happens, happens. And it'll be the right thing for the right reasons. You can be fully satisfied with just discovering you feel an impulse towards something, taking a deep breath, focusing within your body, pulling your energy into your frame, feeling the security of yourself, of being contained within yourself, and then the empowerment, the satisfaction of just following your heart, of just going for it, of not caring what happens, what an answer is, where anything leads, just that you felt an impulse, you felt a feeling, and you followed it. You took action. That's my spiel. That's my preamble. I am going to pull a reading. I do feel that this has to do, well, I'm pulling on the soulmate cycle art. That's already put out there. So this has to do with masculine energy. It is masculine energy that wants to know ahead of time. It wants to know the outcome. Feminine energy sees the delight and the excitement in the unknown and the satisfaction in the self of just going to find out, having curiosity and going to see. It doesn't matter what you find. It matters that you went. You took a shot. You took a chance. You felt something and you let that guide you. Oh, what's under the devil here? Judgment. Yeah. We're seeing this. Clearly, it's time to let this go. It's time to flow around this. That's how you alleviate devil energy, which is just illusion, essentially, low vibrational. It's kind of just a staticky haze. It makes things hard to see. It makes it hard to follow the impulse. It's time to do it anyway. It's time to see that this isn't getting us anywhere. This is not satisfying. Following this, staying in fear, staying stuck, staying small, because fear will always tell you it's keeping you safe. It is not keeping you safe. It's keeping you small, diminished in the shadows. And it's really keeping you unsatisfied, because you will never be satisfied with following, with listening to fear instead of yourself, instead of your soul, following your own judgment, casting caution to the wind and doing it anyway. What else do we have here? Yep, everything I just said. This is woefully disappointing, woefully unsatisfying, and we're seeing it. We're seeing how, because of fear, we have just disappointed ourselves. We've been leaving ourselves out. We're not satisfied with not following the feelings. Look at that. More angel energy, powerful angel energy. Temperance. Same message. Repeating messages are important, especially in such a close proximity like that. It's time for this to change. This devil energy will make it seem practical to stay small, right? It'll make it seem practical to follow the fear, to listen to that. It's not practical. It's not. It's the craziest fucking thing you can do. That is denying the flow of your own energy, and that is insane. And it does not feel good. The practical thing, the thing to do, is to feel the fear and do it anyway. To follow the feeling, to take action, to flow around the fear. Look at that, the star. Something is aligned, at least to help us see this. I get a lot of delay on this. Something we've been putting off. There's a decision here that we've been putting off. I'm not talking specifics. I'm just saying. The decision is to stop listening to fear. Yeah, this is where we've been. 8 of Swords. That's where it'll get you when you're in your head. I understand that too. I experienced that also. When I was sitting in that car in West Virginia thinking, do I go in and talk to this girl? Is it going to be creepy? Is it going to be weird? Is she going to just totally write me off? Is it going to be awkward? That's where I was in this, overthinking it, trying to see the outcome instead of just saying, you know what? I have a desire. I have an impulse. I'm going to follow it and see what happens. And I did, because ultimately I realized I would not be satisfied with myself if I didn't just see, if I didn't go try. That it wasn't about what she said. It was about my having the confidence in myself, in my intuition, in my feeling, in my desire, giving myself permission to follow that and feeling the satisfaction again and empowerment of that, because it is so empowering. All right, let's talk about it. Tell me about the soulmate cycle. Whoa, I'm already dropping cards. It's not really a surprise. 10 of Pentacles. Hang on. What fell out? Ace of Cups, Page of Swords, 6 of Wands. We can't fight the feeling. Excuse me. We can't stop the feeling. And that's a part of this. Looking at the feeling and saying to yourself, it feels good to follow this impulse. What feels good, where I find victory, is in the flowing of this emotion. I'm feeling so much. There has to be a reason. There's something here. The feeling is the reason for itself. Okay, it's not necessarily trying to cause an event. It's there to get you to follow it so that you feel the satisfaction of following your own emotions, of letting them flow. And you begin to recognize by the direct experience, by the practice of it, oh, that's where satisfaction comes from. That's where good feeling that is truly untouchable comes from, within myself. When I feel something and I move towards it, that's victory. Staying open-hearted, open emotionally, and flowing with it. And as long as I'm doing that, I feel good. I feel good. And I am removed from outcomes. I'm putting this back. We got a squirrel friend. Hi, squirrel friend. And a bird friend somewhere. Oop. Did that card flip upside down? I don't know. Things are happening. The Magician. It's a quick change. It's time to just go in. What What do I have underneath that? Yeah, it's a quick change. It's time to just go in. Knight of Swords. To just blurt it out. Just spit it out. Get on with it. Just go see. Walk up. Ask. Call her. Whatever it is. This is helping to alleviate that karma, because that's really what the universe is trying to do, is balance energy. That's what karma is imbalanced energy. When you feel the flow of an impulse somewhere and you don't follow it, you create a karmic imbalance. So the universe is trying to teach everybody, number one, that doesn't feel good. And if you want to feel good, you correct that balance. You correct that balance by beginning to listen to the intuition, by going in anyway, by spitting it out, by just going to see, by taking action. This is a bold, decisive action, and this is a specific statement. One specific statement. And then it doesn't matter. Then you realize it never mattered what happened. It only mattered that you balanced that energy by following the feeling. And when you've balanced the energy, you feel good. You feel satisfied. Tell me about the soulmate cycle right now, influenced by whatever the fuck is happening, because I know there's a bunch of stuff. I just have been too tired to look into it. But we got that 1010 portal coming up. I'm pretty sure Pluto goes direct here fairly soon. That's big energy. That's making us face it. There's no looking away from this. It's a meeting with the principal, and the principal is in the room. Are you gonna lay down right there, buddy? Thank you. Okay. I'm gonna move this then, so I'm not bothering you. Okay. What do we got? Overall energy of the reading. The world. Need I say more? It's big time energy. It's time. It's time for a change. This is inescapable. Shit that used to fly does not fly anymore. It's all coming back for review. It's all coming back to me now. The stuff that we used to do, the ways that we repressed ourselves in the past, it's coming back in a massive wave of regret and hurt and going, God, I never made that choice. I never made a choice. I never made a decision. I chose to stay hidden. And I really can't look away from how much hurt that has caused me now. There's the Emperor, masculine energy. That is what this reading is about. It is time for masculine energy to nut up or shut up. I mean, it's the Chariot. It's the card of this soulmate cycle. The Chariot is driven by the Emperor. It feels balanced because the energy that's coming in is balanced. The energy is balancing itself right now. It always does. We just step in the way of it with our free will. But we are being infused with a tremendous amount of balanced masculine feminine energy in order to help everybody feel what that feels like and encourage them to follow that sort of protocol, to go, oh, this is what it feels like to feel satisfied in my own energy by following the impulse. And there's the burden. There's I haven't done this. It's underneath. Yeah, I've been distracting myself from something that I can no longer distract myself from anymore. It used to be that we could distract ourselves from the things we didn't do, the things we didn't say. We could distract ourselves from that pain that created. That doesn't work anymore. That doesn't fly in this energy. That pain is being felt fully. All right. What is in the energy of the connection right now? Liberation. There's a desire for liberation. This is more of that seeing, masculine seeing how the feminine is so free. She is free. She is flowing with it. She takes her chances. There's a jealousy here, for sure. wishing one could be that free. Well, you can. You can. You just gotta, again, throw caution to the wind. Take action. Realize it's not about what happens. It's not about something going right or wrong. There is no right or wrong. What is, and it's always going to be the best thing. That's how it works. It can't be anything but the best possible outcome. The universe makes sure of that. So let go of control over outcomes. Acknowledge whatever happens. It will be for the best. It will be for my highest good and the highest good of all. And all that matters is this feeling and my following it. Nothing else matters but this. What's in the 3D? The Magician. Again, a lot of yellow. Taking action. It is time to take action. It's time to be liberated from inaction. Things are balancing here. There is karma being called in a big way. What's in the Soul? Queen of Swords. Yeah, the soul is not having any more bullshit. The soul knows you're not going to be happy unless you speak your truth, unless you share your emotions, unless you follow the feeling. That is the path to true liberation. Liberation from outcomes, from expectations, liberation from giving one damn what anybody thinks of you. That's how free you are. That's how free the feminine energy is. The soul is feminine energy. It's perfect that we have a Queen of Swords here, because the king and queen, they're both very decisive, but sometimes the king is a little bit more planning oriented, right? Wants to have a plan, wants to know beforehand how to enact this. The queen, she makes snap decisions. She does not hesitate one single bird in the air. She is ordering that knight around just as much. In fact, she doesn't need the knight. She takes care of business herself. She will come knock on your door and tell you, look, this is what's going on. This is how I feel. This is what I desire. Let me express that to you. Take it or leave it. You take it, you leave it, I'm good. What's the hidden energy? Hidden energy of the universe. Liberation from inaction. The intention for this has been set. Again, once you feel the desire to do something, to talk to somebody, to ask somebody something, to share a truth or an emotion, once you feel that desire, your energy has flowed. It's already moved. The intention for you taking that action has already been set, and energetically it's already happened. So if you then don't follow that feeling, you're putting energy out of balance, and it doesn't feel good. You want to feel good? You follow the impulse. That's it. That's it. It is that simple. This intention was set a long time ago, which is why it's gotten so far out of balance. It's one thing if you set the intention and then you release it in another way. You realize, I let fear stand in the way, and I can't go back. I missed that chance. It's gone. I'm not going to see that person again. I'm not going to have an opportunity again. Now I have to come to terms with that, and the way I come to terms with that is the next time something happens where I feel that kind of impulse, I do it. I follow that emotion without question. And then you're helping to balance all of that energy again. This is something that we've had a chance, and we continue to have a chance. It's been on the table. It's been an option. It's always been there. We just never did something. This is somebody, that you see every day, or that you have a way to communicate with. They're not gone with the wind. We just haven't said anything. And every single day we think about it. Every single day we feel that impulse. Gosh, it would be nice. Wouldn't it be nice for me to express this truth? That is energy becoming more and more out of balance. That's creating a pull and a tension that the universe is saying, it's time. It's time. It's time to move. It is time for a brave, impulsive action. And then you realize that's how you balance the energy. That's how you feel better. That's how you release the karma. And that's how you liberate yourself from this self-created suffering, by liberating yourself from the illusion that the outcome mattered, that anything mattered other than you feeling something and following it. What is in the final outcome? Expression. That's communication. That's big time communication. And it feels like the realization of this. I mean, it's celebration energy, it's emotional expression, it is going with the flow. That is what everything is building towards. There is all of this pressure, all of this pain for having not acted. We're beginning to realize, I just got to do something. I got to act. I got to speak. I can't take it anymore. I'm not satisfied with myself. Not taking action, not sharing my truths. This is the realization that it doesn't matter what happens. I just gotta speak. I gotta be honest. No, I got the right deck because we got the Knight of Swords at the bottom of this for clarifying. And look at that. I can't make this shit up. The Knight of Swords and the Magician. This time, the Magician is telling that Knight of Swords, all right, go. Go. It's clarity. It is also good feeling, but it's mostly exposure. It's bringing something to light and sharing those feelings. Knight of Cups. There's the moon. Yeah, the moon and the sun. Bringing something to light. Bringing emotion, an emotional truth out of the shadows. Something that's been stuck, quiet for a long time, and it's been causing us a lot of pain. Four of Swords, Nine of Swords, keeping it wedged in there. You want to alleviate that pain? You speak your truth. Hands and feet, follow your heart. You'll be satisfied with yourself for doing so. Then you know you did the thing. You took action. You shared your truth. You spoke your part. That's all you gotta do. The rest is totally irrelevant. And you will be rewarded for that because you are balancing energy. Not only does balanced energy feel good in itself, you're helping. You are using your free will to balance energy instead of put it further out of balance. That is rewarded by the universe. It is. You get more opportunities to do that. More opportunities to feel good. More things come your way. You become more magnetic. Just saw that Knight of Swords again. Tell me about this Nine of Pentacles here. Most importantly, you feel better. The High Priestess. Follow intuition. Follow everybody. Everybody is experiencing deeper intuition, especially right now, but it's going to continue as our energetic systems are opened by the environmental energy pouring in, specifically as the heart chakra is opened. More of the messages from the soul, which speaks in emotion, in impulse, are getting through. Let the soul speak. Liberation is in following the soul. Yeah. Liberation from pain. What happens when you don't? What happens when you fight the feeling? When you fight the impulse? This. When you don't take action, you suffer because your energy flowed. That was the thing you wanted to do. That was the thing your soul said, hey, flow over there. You'll feel good for it. It's not about what happens. But if you don't, it's not going to feel good. So do the thing that feels good. Be totally selfish and do the thing that feels good, regardless of how anybody receives it. Why is it Three of Swords here? Nine of Wands, yeah. It's also about that pain, being unable, we can't look away from it again anymore. The Nine of Wands, did I say Nine of Swords or Nine of Wands? Doesn't matter. We already saw the Nine of Swords. They kind of go hand in hand in this. We can't look away from that pain. The way to alleviate that pain is to follow the impulse. That's it. It is that simple. Not about things happening. It's about following the feeling. And then you feel better. And then you discover again, oh, that's all it takes. It was never about an outcome. It was only ever about me feeling something and moving towards it. That's it. Tell me about the Magician. Tell me about the Magician. Tell me about the magician. I don't know why right now he looks like he's doing the disco. Okay. She came back. We've been fighting this for a long time. This is that repression energy that wants to explode out. Masculine energy, which is the mind, has been denying the feminine energy, which is the soul, for a long ass time. Everything in the environmental energy is being infused to help us correct this. We correct it internally, and then things start to balance externally. That's how it works. As above, so below, as within, so without. That means everybody is to start listening to the feeling, to start following the feelings, whatever it is. It can be as simple as, man, it sounds really good to have a burger right now. And then you feel some negativity, you feel some shame or fear around that. Use that as an opportunity to take the path of least resistance. Recognize there's resistance that your brain is throwing on your trail, that it does not matter, that it is not wrong for you to crave this burger. In fact, it's desired, it's allowed. That is spirit craving a burger. I am not kidding. That is divine saying, God, a burger sounds so good. I am in this realm where I can sink my physical teeth into a physically juicy, savory sandwich. And that sounds good. Let that desire be pure and follow it. Take action. Yes, this is more about emotional expression. I'm just saying, it's here for everybody to follow the desire, to start permitting yourself to have a pure desire. It's different from something that is running from pain. And we can tell the difference. If you're feeling hurt and then you think, I'm just gonna go eat some food. I'm just gonna go get a burger because I'm trying to make myself feel better. That's different. That's totally different. And you can shift it. You have the power within your perspective to consciously acknowledge that pain and you're running from it, to sit with it, and then to allow a pure desire to surface in the space after the fact. And maybe you still want a burger. Maybe you want something else. You know the difference. You can tell the difference between trying to distract yourself from something and it doesn't really feel good, and following a pure desire where maybe there's a little bit of fear or judgment or something in the way, but the desire is there and it's strong and it is pure. Follow the feeling. What's on top? I can't make this shit up. The magician. On top of the magician. It's time. You have the tools. You have the power. You can do this now. All of us are ready for this now. We're ready to start following feeling and discovering by putting that into practice. This is the practical thing. The practical action is following the impulse, is expressing the emotions, is in letting them guide us. And when you put that into practice, you realize that's where the satisfaction comes from. That's how you balance karma. That's how you feel good. What's red with the magician? The Empress. This is the impulse of the soul. The soul is feminine energy. The soul is Empress energy. The soul communicates with feeling, with emotion. It is time to stop repressing the feminine within and to let her guide us and discover the true liberation that lies in that lies in surrender to the following of your impulse, to flowing with your own energy, surrendering to what is, surrendering to the outcome, whatever it is, discovering the satisfaction and the invulnerability of that. And you can only know it when you put it into practice. Stop putting the soul in a box. Stop caging feminine energy. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Because ultimately, again, the masculine, the mind, sees how free and joyful she is, and it wants that. It wants that. It wants to feel good. The soul knows how to feel good. Flow. Surrender. That's all it takes to feel good. Tell me about this Queen of Swords. Tell me about this Queen of Swords. There are significant life changes happening here. That's just I feel something. I can't fucking make this shit up. The Queen of Swords. Tell me about the Queen of Swords. The environmental energy. The soul is being extremely direct. There is nothing else here. There is no ifs, ands, or buts as far as the soul is concerned. It goes, no. You follow this impulse. You want to feel good? Go speak to them. Go ask. Go see. Speak your truth. That's the only way. This is Mom standing behind you saying, go. Go. I'm not moving. I am not budging. Go. Share what you have to share. That's it. Oh my goodness. What's on top? The world. Our overall energy. Again, the most powerful card I can pull, and it's in the soul. The soul is taking the reins. We can't fight it anymore. We cannot resist the calling of the soul. The more that we do, the deeper these swords get driven in. And we're feeling them. That's a big difference. We're feeling that pain. We can't look away from it anymore. It's driving us to take action. Why is the world here? To take action. To walk towards what feels good. Yeah, on another level, there's the walking away, but this is really walking towards. This is moving towards the 9 cups. This is following that impulse. That looks good. That feels good. It feels good to me to move towards that. To just say, hi, hello, what's your name? Whatever it is. To just give it a shot. To go for the job interview. To make that move across the country. To talk to that person in the sandwich shop. That cashier that you see all the time and you always make small talk. And you've always wanted to have more of a conversation with them. Whatever it is. It is time to follow the good feeling and discover the liberation and the satisfaction of doing so. I want to know what's underneath this Queen of Swords. It's the 8 of Swords. Yeah, there is nothing stopping us. The 8 of Swords is the mind-created prison. It's time to just step through those bars. You can't really cage desire. You cannot. You cannot rid yourself of desire. Let it flow. Follow a good feeling. Release the outcome. Realize that the desire is filled in the following of itself. That's it. You don't need something specific to happen. What you really want is to feel. What you really want is to feel an impulse and follow that impulse. Do that. Discover that you can be self-satisfied in so doing. All right, tell me about this 2 of Wands. It's time to take action. Okay, that's it. The High Priest. We put this off for a long, 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 long time. This is a change that's been trying to come about. The universe has been trying to help us break out of this box for a long time. What's underneath that? Oh, I accidentally pulled 2, but it's the Sun and the 5 of Swords. Yeah. To see how we've been stabbing ourselves in the foot by not even trying. That's the self-sabotage. The self-sabotage is in the inaction, not in taking some action and tripping over your words. No. It's in allowing ourselves to be kept diminished, to be kept hidden by fear and not even doing anything. Yeah, I fumbled over my words a couple of times, every time. So what? I was real. I was vulnerable and honest in my expression. And I expected nothing. I was seeking nothing other than to follow my own feeling. And I was and am immensely satisfied in doing that. The sabotage is in doing nothing. At least go see. Queen of Swords. That's the only way. That is the only way to ameliorate this pain. You will not be satisfied with anything less other than open, radically honest expression of the truth. I promise you that. I promise you that. Why is the Queen of Swords here? Eight of Wands. Expression. Breaking down this wall. It's read with the Nine of Wands, technically. We can't keep this in. The more that we bite our tongues, the more that blood pools in our mouth until we just fucking spit it out. We can't run from this. Whatever it is you feel drawn towards, move towards it. Take an action towards it. Speak, share, express, whatever it is. That's all it takes. That is all it takes to balance energy, to resolve karma, to feel good. All right, tell me about this Three of Cups here. Tell me about this Three of Cups. She feels a little reserved now, I'm not gonna lie. But it is communication. It's communication. It is maybe a little bit of just spitting it out of, 0 to 60 real quick. What's on top? Yeah, that's communication. Knight of Cups, environmental energy. It's emotional. There's a lot of horsepower here. I mean, literally with the horse. There's a lot of horsepower here. Yeah, King of Cups underneath. It's more than meets the eye. There is more under the surface than it looks like. And it's a lot for somebody to handle. They're trying to kind of keep it in check a little bit. But it's deep. It's deep. You feel that kind of deep emotion. You gotta follow it. Again, it doesn't matter where it leads. It doesn't matter if anything happens. It just matters that you follow that impulse. You will not be satisfied otherwise. This is overwhelming and confusing. It is very confusing to masculine energy why it can't just distract itself from this anymore, because it used to be able to. It doesn't understand. We're in new energy. We're in new energy where the soul is flowing much more freely. And that means we're feeling a lot more freely and deeply. It can't look away. It's time to make a choice. There is that energy with this too. It's time to just pick something and go. Just pick a path. Just try it. That's it. Excuse me. It's read with the Seven of Cups. Seven of Pentacles. It is a little bit of hold on, wait a minute. But at the same time, it's read with the Empress. And it's reflecting off the Nine of Wands. It's time. It is like, hold on, wait a minute. But also, your name has been called. You are up. Everything is lined up for this. It's time to come up and give your presentation. It's time to step up to the plate. Ready or not, just go for it. There are opportunities. I get serendipity off of this. Opportunities being aligned, and that will happen. Again, the universe is bringing back around opportunities for us to balance this energy by providing another situation where we feel an impulse. And this time, we don't do nothing. This time, we just say, fuck it, I'm going to try. I'm going to go see. This time, we're open. We express our emotions. And we might not express them all the way. And that would be, that again, would be stabbing ourselves in the foot here. Holding anything back out of fear. It's got to all come out. That's where the true liberation and joy is in letting it all flow. It's not just, if you want to get somebody's phone number or social media, it's more than just walking up and saying, hi, how are you? Okay, have a good day. You won't be satisfied with that. You got to ask. You got to take it all the way. You got to be totally honest. Look, I feel free to say no, but I got to take a shot, right? Just take a shot. Express yourself. That's it. Nothing can go wrong. You will not be satisfied with anything less. And you will be satisfied as long as you express openly. Nothing else matters. The last girl had a boyfriend. That's okay. I took my shot. I felt something. I caught a vibe, right? And I knew I was not going to see her again. So I had to just ask. I would not be satisfied with myself if I didn't just ask. Hands and feet, follow your heart. I walked up and just said exactly that. Feel free to shoot me down, to say no. But life is too short not to take your shots. And she gave me her Instagram. And maybe we'll be friends. Or maybe not. Because that doesn't matter. That's totally fucking not relevant to anything. I felt an impulse and I followed it. And I'm tremendously satisfied in that. And you know what? Rejection is always divine protection too. All that mattered was I felt my energy flow. I flowed with it. I balanced that energy. Everything else happens the way it's intended to happen, for the right reasons. All right. Final message from the universe here. What else? What do you want to leave us with here? What do you want to leave us with? Okay, that's it. 7 of Wands. It's underneath that. King of Pentacles. Somebody wants to look like, this is that same kind of defensiveness of they don't want to look unstable. The masculine energy, the mind, tends to judge or characterize emotion as unstable. Emotional expression, oh, you are emotional and you express it, you're unstable. It doesn't want to appear unstable because of its judgment of self, so it's holding back. It's still afraid of how it's going to be perceived. But it's got to move towards it anyway, because it knows. Yeah, this is a bunch of bullshit. There's a lot here. There's a lot here, and there's a lot of fear. There is at least the realization that it's got to make a move, or it won't feel good, but it's still trying to control the outcome. That's not true liberation. That doesn't really feel good. Just saying. There's the Chariot. It's coming in anyway. Coming in hot. Because it can't take this. I think this would easily be broken down. I think this energy is pretty weak. There's too much pressure. There's too much desire. It would be easy to just get somebody to start talking. It's red with the Chariot. Something about wanting to be presentable here. Just totally overlook any of that. If somebody's trying to talk themselves up or not totally express, they show up and they just say hi and nothing else, Okay, hi. You got anything else to say? Why are you here? Why are you here? They're here because they can't take this anymore and they cannot distract themselves from the desire to express. The mind, the masculine energy. Yeah, look at, there's that 3 of Swords again. It's a lot of pain driving this. And that's why there's so much fear. There's fear about if it doesn't happen a specific way that there's going to be more pain. But what they don't understand is that the pain, really the suffering, is the result of the resistance to the flow. Resistance to the flow means resistance to the flow of your own emotion and resistance to the flow of the environmental energy of an outcome. If you're fighting the flow, it doesn't feel good. If you go with the flow, if you surrender to it, you feel good, actually. It doesn't matter what happens. You are in a state of surrender, open receptivity. You are following the feeling. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where it goes. They got to learn to do it anyway. That the pain of some perceived outcome is far, far less than the pain of not even seeing what the outcome is. The hurt, the disappointment of something not happening the way you wanted it to is so insubstantial in comparison to the hurt of not even finding out what might have happened, not even giving it a chance. It's all to help masculine energy learn how to surrender and how to flow. That starts with flowing the emotions, flowing with the impulse. Then it moves into allowing whatever outcome is to be. Realizing, oh, it never mattered. Even if I get shot down, even if this doesn't work out, it doesn't matter. I'm allowed to feel things about that. Allow the mind to have its reaction, but recognize, hold in awareness simultaneously that everything is as it should be. Everything is happening the way that it's intended to for the highest good. Feel both. You are big enough to feel both. And recognize that you followed an impulse. Let yourself be pleased in that. Let yourself feel the empowerment and the satisfaction of that. And knowing that whatever else happens, it's up to the universe, and it is for the best. You did your part. You used free will to make a decision to follow the flow of energy. You can feel awesome about that. Nobody can take that from you. And then you can feel good surrendering to the outcome completely too. Saying, okay, this is what it is. It didn't go anywhere. That's okay. I took my shot. I went to see. That's all that matters. This is the message. Whew. It does resonate with me. I do intend that it resonates with you, my beautiful viewer. I'm losing steam. The energy is balancing right now, and it's a lot for people to handle. In particular, if they have not been practicing flowing with intuition and impulse and allowing emotions to express openly. But it's here to drive us to do that, to show us how to do that, to create all of this tension so that we finally just drop the wall and say, I'm going in. I got to find out. I got to see. I'm no longer satisfied with not just trying. That is what this is. It's going to keep getting stronger, especially as we near the 1010 portal. That's going to be a big shift. If decisions have not been made by that time, and this is something that Steve's Love Tarot has talked about, it's going to kick some ass. It is going to kick some ass. Again, all for the highest good. All by our own asking and desire. Because what we want is to feel good. What we want is liberation. The way we feel good and feel liberated is by following the feeling, without question. So it is. This is the reading. I intend that it resonates. If it does, I'd love to know. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe if you feel so inclined. Just don't fight the energy. That's it. That's all it takes. Just sit and allow reality to fill in before you, underneath your feet. Everything is coming to you. It is every single moment. Reality is being manifested for you, filling in for you. Just let it. Just let it be this eternal adventure where every second is another corner that you're turning just to see what's over there. And when you feel an impulse towards something, follow that impulse with excitement, knowing that that's your soul speaking to you. And you get to feel the satisfaction of following your soul's guidance. And it doesn't matter what happens. It just matters that you follow it. You will feel good. You will feel the power, the empowerment of that. That is the message. Have a beautiful, healthy, vitality-filled afternoon, my lovely collective. And just know that always, in all ways, through every vector of time and space, I absolutely love you. Take it easy.